Alright, so jumping right in, my hair was straight for a total of 2 months, just before Christmas until the early part of February. So it was about 8 weeks total that I had my hair straightened. Now, I actually had 4 incidents where my hair was straightened with heat, meaning my hair was shampoo, conditioned. I did do hydration treatments, blow dried, and a flat iron was used to straighten my hair. I know in the natural community, one of the biggest fears of us naturals is having our hair straightened and our hair not reverting back, our hair becoming damaged, etc., etc. If you're watching this, I'm sure you can relate to that. I can relate to that myself. But being as though I am a licensed cosmetologist here in the state of Maryland, I am a natural hair expert, just with years of expertise, gaining and understanding different knowledge. I'm able to care for my hair with the utmost care. And I just want to share today some of the things I did with you so that they're able to help you feel more comfortable and in the future as well. Okay, so the main thing is my at home routine. I think that that was a big part of how I was able to maintain my styles. So, one big thing that I would never do, once I got my hair straightened, I would never apply additional heat. I shouldn't say never, because one day out of the 8 weeks, I went to get gas, called myself being under the covered, you know, roof thing, and one drop of water like came and tapped me right on my head and caused like a little crinkle. So I did go over that with very low heat. I think my flat iron was on like 300, and I just went over it really quick just to straighten it out. Otherwise, I do not use any additional heat on my hair. None. I don't touch up my edges, none of that. If I want my edges to have a sleek look, I will use edge control, which I'm not a fan of, so I don't even do that often either. So depending on how my hair was styled, ultimately depended on how I handled it at night. For the most part, I like to get curls because curls can hide a lot. And when the hair gets a little older, it's not as noticeable if it's frizzy or that kind of thing if it's curled versus if your hair is bone straight. And in the case that I'm mentioning where I did go over the one part, my hair was bone straight. So that crinkle was noticeable and it was in the crown of my head. But other than that, no heat. Pin curl my hair at night. I always try to pin curl back and away from my edges because when I get in the shower, I want to make sure that water isn't getting under my shower cap. So that's a big thing. That's a big mistake that not just people who are natural make, but people make. Because you always want your money piece to look a certain way and you want to make sure that your edges look okay. And doing that can and will cause damage for several reasons. One, you should not flat iron dirty hair. After your hair has product on it and buildup and all of that, you're basically frying your hair. So that is not recommended to maintain the optimal health of your hair. So that's one of the big things I do at home. I always wrap a pin curl nightly, and I shower. I take a lot of care when I'm showering. I know some women even go as far as taking baths instead of shower so that they don't have to have that worry of the water coming down. Though we like hot baths, ladies. So when I shower, I have my hair pinned up. I usually put a second scarf on top of that, and then I put a shower cap, the disposable kind that we're all familiar with, on top, and I kind of tuck in the edges. And I know it sounds crazy, but I want to make sure that no hair is left hanging out. And so that's what I do. I shower with the door open. I make sure the fan is on because I don't want it to be too much steam where it's causing my hair to revert back, especially if I just got it done. So those are really important tips. Also, the times I did have my hair flat iron, I make sure that usually a temperature no higher than 430 is used. And then if we're going back in for any reason to curl the hair, that's usually done at a lower setting because since the hair is already straight, you don't need to go back in again with that same amount of heat because you've already gotten the hair straight. So that's another tip. For most naturals, you don't need to go above 425 or 430, especially if you have a good blow dry that occurred before the flat ironing part of the service occurred. Okay, so that is very important. Another thing I did is treatments is very important. So during that time, I did have I have either one or two. I can't remember, but protein treatments are very important because protein treatments actually help to strengthen the hair. Like protein, keratin, those are things that our hair is already built into the structure of our hair. So adding that can help to just strengthen the hair. So that's also very important. Protein treatments can be done up to, I would say, no more than once a month. Once a month is fine. Um, just to maintain the health and the strength of your hair. That's very important. So I did that also. Trims. I know nobody likes talking about trims, but trims are so important if you're looking to grow a healthy head of hair. So believe it or not, while I had my hair straightened, I had my hair trimmed twice. So the first time I had it trimmed was in December. And I just had it trimmed. Hair was growing nicely. About a month and a half later, I had it trimmed again. So I'm actually growing out. At this point, it's grown out, but I had a tapered afro. My sides and back were shaved last November of 2017. It's now February of 2020. And from that point, my hair was just growing out. So the top was long. I had about, I don't know, 3 to 5 inches of hair on the top. Good amount of hair that I had on the top. Enough for me to rod set, enough for me to do twist outs. 5 inches is probably too ambitious, but I did have hair on the top that I was able to manipulate and play with, and I grew out from that state. So for that reason, a lot of people like the shape of my hair, but in the crown, my hair is long, and that's why I have the shape that I do. So you can even see in the front, it's pretty long in the front because it's been growing for such a long period of time. Hence, trims are not a suggestion. They are mandatory for the optimum growth of your hair. So I had a trim in December, I think the week before Christmas, and I had another, actually a little bit of a cut a month and a half after that. So early February, late January. And the reason was, as my stylist who was looking at my hair, she noticed that my ends were starting to split. We talked about this last year in September when I had a trim. And I just told her to go ahead and take the dead ends off because dead hair is not going to serve you. It's going to break off. It's going to be brittle. It's going to be dry. It's going to cause you frustration in the end. And it's going to result in you needing a haircut and not a trim if you don't take care of it early on. So what we did was move forward cutting off those dead ends. It was no more than an inch is pushing it. It wasn't an inch. It might have been a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch. So she cut those off, and then she also cut like long layers in my hair. Whereas I still have my length in the front because my hair is longer in the front, and then the back it's still pretty long. So those were the main things. Last but not least, I want to talk to you today about the changes I saw in my hair because hair does have memory. So because I was wearing my hair straight for so long, now it shouldn't be whereas though I shampoo my hair and my hair is just bone straight. Doesn't have any texture or anything to it. That's not the case. I'll try to insert a picture of how my hair is looking now when it's in its natural state, no product, and in a wet state. But the changes in my hair that I notice, I always notice when I straighten my hair that it almost feels like it may be thinner than it was before. But I know that realistically that's not the case. Like nothing can change the amount of hairs that I have per square inch unless like my hair is falling out. And I haven't noticed my hair falling out. It just feels a little bit different. It's not a bad thing. It just feels different. So the more I continue to wear these types of styles, twisting my hair, wearing my wash and goes, I won't see it as much. But for now, like I do notice that it feels like it's thinner. I know it isn't in reality, right? It's just that the hair was used to being straight. It wasn't used to having to be in a curly state. The other thing I will say that I notice about my hair is that your curls will be a little bit elongated, a little bit more relaxed than they were previously. And that's just, again, hair has memory and it's because of the heat. So with time, once I continue to do these types of styles, if I don't go back right away, I should notice that it'll kind of start to bounce back. And I'll continue to do treatments in my hair, deep conditioning, hydration treatments with the steamer, protein treatments monthly, and moisture treatments as needed, just to make sure that my hair is in the optimum health. So those are the main changes. I did not notice that any of my ends were bone straight. I still have a lot of texture. This is a flat twist out that I'm wearing now. And when I, excuse me, did this style, I did 3 layers of flat twist in my hair. I let them dry overnight, and today is day 6 of that hair. Tomorrow is day 7. And so, I still have plenty of texture. Like when I twisted my hair, none of my twists were unraveling, right? They were fine. And so I really just wanted to come on and share that with you guys today because I know how nervous we get as naturals about flat ironing our hair. And I have clients where they were natural styles. One client in particular, she had her hair straightened 2 times back to back. And when we went back to her individual 2-strand twist, beautiful head of hair, beautiful twist, right? So it's possible. I just want to come on. I really want to get away from the myth that you should not straighten your hair, that you have to do no heat and all of that. Because in my opinion, sometimes using heat really helps to make the hair more manageable. So that's what I have on that. I really hope that this video helps someone out. Let me know what you think below in the comments. Share, like, and subscribe. And I'm going to try and do more content in 2020. Alright, so I hope you have a tremendously blessed day. Don't forget to be the light. Your smile, your encouragement, your kind word, your shoulder to lean on, your listening ear could be just what someone needs. So be nice. I'll talk to y'all later.